That's a foul. Oh yeah, baby. Here we are. Dudes in white pants. I'm Chad Packer.
I'm Greg Sanchez.
And we're gonna watch a game from Upper Arlington High School. It's a girls' game. It's early in the season. I'm the ref on the near side. Our buddy Eli is on the far side. So we're gonna go ahead and watch this. I've got some things broken up there, and Greg and I we're just gonna watch and talk and see where this sucker goes. So first episode. Let's see what happens here. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There it is.
Let it all that other crap out there. I have got more stuff on my left wrist than you could possibly imagine. I've got a watch on there. I've probably got a bracelet. Chillin'.
Yeah. This will be classic video pretty soon. This pool's not even going to be here.
I know. It is a cool pool, though. Great color thing here. The narration on this is fantastic. So when we get to something, you'll see that white square pop up there. We were talking about this when we were just kind of playing around here. Trying to look for a push off there. It's a good pass. Pass goes where it needs to go.
Yeah, center definitely has her arm out, bracing. Water polo is a game of contact. How much contact is too much contact?
Yeah. Do you judge the quality of the pass there at all? What are you looking for as the front court referee there? Are you looking for white to go backwards?
For sure. In that play, blue does everything so well. It'd be hard. You're hoping you don't have to call a push off.
Blue and blue.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Each player.
Sure.
She makes a good pass. She had a good seal.
Okay.
And if you had two equal players there, you don't want to punish that blue player who seems to be the superior player, having her hand out and holding a little bit of position.
Sure. Now, when we were also watching this, you mentioned the center you like that patience there. Is that what you were saying?
If she scores, you get praised as having great patience. If she doesn't, you don't. But
that's a good point.
It's the art of being a referee.
I guess
this girl probably scores 9 out of 10 times when you let her.
Sometimes we press the wrong pause button. This is my pause button here. So I guess if we're watching that again, what I'm thinking here is there's nobody around, right?
Yeah.
So you can have that patience. It does, to your point though, it does stink that if blue is there, this might be an exclusion because she can't step and play it. But are you looking for white to do something there to show that she's being held?
I don't think she had a chance.
Okay.
Just that offhand pulled her back. But
So you whistle exclusion there?
I very well might have done the same thing, expecting her to step out and grab the ball. And if we watch the rest of this game, she probably will.
Sure.
On the next play.
I wonder if there's an exclusion down here. Oh, no, a contra on blue. It's really tough to whistle the exclusion down here, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like those pairs. I was talking a little bit about that on another show, but what do you think about that swim around? I think we'll see it again.
Yeah. After you could have called an exclusion before that, you don't call a ticky-tack one when she's going to get that steal.
That's a really good point. You're right. Because if you didn't reward her with that, you sure as heck can't give her the... Okay.
Yeah, if I'm sitting in the stands watching, I'm like, oh yeah, Chad's he's going to let her get that one.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't much.
No. And really, quite honestly, gosh,
it's more a bad pass.
Yeah, sometimes I wonder about that. Just want you to note where the coach is standing on defense here. And there's a corner throw. Wouldn't it be... I think I even have an arrow here. I like him I like this referee getting all the way down to 2. One, because if the ball comes up here and it comes in, he can see that. And 2, doesn't it help if he just gets down there to just kind of nudge that coach back a little bit, not to pull the ball out, like that.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of referees. They call in practice. If it's a corner throw, they walk all the way down. Point. Yeah. Take your free throw here. I've never thought of it to be a way to get the coach back a little farther.
Ball gets pinned on the wall.
Yeah.
Just, I don't want to say I swallow my whistle as a rule, but I pretty much swallow my whistle as a rule if you allow yourself get into the wall there. I don't know, man. She's gonna have to absolutely clobber her for something to happen there.
Yeah. We're watching them.
So I drew that. I drew that when I was doing this. I don't like that I don't move at all on this offense. You ever find yourself standing in one spot and you're going, this is not right if I'm standing in one spot. Like, watch, I do not move. Now, there isn't too much movement.
Yeah.
But I just don't move. I'm not super crazy about that. I feel like even if for nothing else, you just kind of move. I mean, it's my vertical arrow. They're like,
yeah.
Dude, you got to move. Coach again.
He's out a little bit. They're gonna be some new COVID guidelines. Nobody's gonna come out farther than the goal line now.
Let's see. There's that super deep or shallow release pass again. This is whoever recorded this. This is his narration. That's not ours. Yeah. So you gotta just a good backdoor turn. Thinking penalty. Right? Mm-hmm. On that turn.
Yeah.
That's his, probably. Because you're abandoning that to go back.
Yeah, once he sees you leave.
Yeah, for sure. Coach is back inside, too. Again, not us yelling, move. Oh, no.
There's a person over there?
Dumped it. Coach. So something else that I think is interesting is early in the season. This is week 2 of the season, so you're kind of coaching.
Yeah.
The coach is on expectations, not coaching, but you're demonstrating expectations for. Yeah, we're just not gonna do that.
Setting a line.
Sure. Sometimes I wonder about that. Setting a line because we are here in Ohio. We can set a line because we're going to see these coaches a lot. When you go to a one-time tournament, are you as quick to do that? You know, it's a challenge for sure.
There they go. Ever since we talked about that first play where was there a push-off by Blue, I've just been watching the amount of contact there is between center defender and there's probably more contact now.
What about this here? Someone up her back. Then you get the help. What do you think of that? I called ball under there, and I'm not super crazy about that because she is impeding up the back. Do you whistle that exclusion quickly? I wonder. It's a good pass. Would you whistle that right there? See, but then it goes under.
Yeah. It does go under. I mean, the other girl caught up.
Okay.
Because someone was swimming on her back. But there's a theme to this game, at least in the beginning so far with you.
Yeah.
You want to show patience.
Yes.
Maybe this just isn't a game where you can show patience. There's some games where you can and everyone's going to score, and other games where you just have to start making calls.
Sure. So I pulled the ball out here to warn the coach.
Uh-huh.
Because of where he's standing, I felt like if I can pull the ball out when you're standing there incorrectly. But then you do kind of worry about, I mean, there's really no advantage gained. I don't know about that, but I don't think it happens too much.
No.
But I don't feel like there was a major advantage gained. But early, right? I mean, we're 2 minutes into the game. All right, here's your coaching box.
Yeah.
Funny thing was when I noted that when I was kind of dropping this in and cutting it, I noticed him out there, and when I did that arrow for see, he's still out there.
He is.
For Eli to move down there, and but then he recognizes it. That's why I drew that. Jumps back in, so he knows. He knows better now. Exclusion there.
It's good exclusion.
Hopefully I zoom. I think I tried to zoom in on these. Yeah, I do. I think I did get in there. Yeah. That's not the two defenders' hands up. One of those is the offensive player's hands. Because she's got that wrist thing on. So.
Yeah, it's hard to argue with an exclusion when there's a great pass, there's really nobody around. There's a late crash.
Sure.
Defender's playing behind.
Late crash. Yeah, that's a good point.
Crash.
So we can get back. Come on. Back there. What's that whole set here again one more time? Does it matter to you that this center player is their player? Like, do you look at that like everything is running through her? So that's the offense they're running.
That is the offense they're running.
Not unlike you would whistle an exclusion on a drive offense if you were calling a lot of those.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Even though it's only week 2, we know that's their offense.
Sure. It's a decent. She's trying to turn, right? Huh.
And if we know on week 2, the blue team knows that their offense is.
Yes. Yeah.
If they want to let the ball come in and play behind, I don't think it's necessarily any bias on the referee's part. I'm watching the center and the center defender here.
Did you see something there? I don't know why I didn't note that.
I was just watching it because the rest of the game was kind of slow and boring.
Sure. And he was on exclusion here, so there must be something.
Yeah.
Got White's on offense. I wonder where the ball is when it's whistled.
So I was saying,
Ball's
how much
trapped
contact,
up here.
How much contact do they get to make with each other? The girl from blue is certainly initiating contact. She wants to.
Oh, you're right. The offense gets in.
She says, "I want to get my spot."
Oh, signaled a suit.
Yeah. He's going to set his line.
So she's great. And he did signal, which is incredibly helpful. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good call then. Maybe when she rolled on her back, she was trying to demonstrate the suit hold. So, good call. Good call, Eli.
Yeah. See if they keep pressing everywhere and let them put the ball in. It's just so hard to score on a shallow bottom goal.
Yeah.
A girl who's at 2 meters for White, she doesn't really have to swim anywhere. She's just kind of hanging. They're all just hanging back there. What do you see in there? Oh, the card. Oh.
All right, do a little microphone check there. Yes, indeed. Says a little walking yellow action. What do you think about that? Not enough patience, too much. I don't know. Is that me just look? He's just
Yeah.
He's just not. In education, we would call it not following a reasonable request.
Ah.
I mean, it's like...
Yeah, he's staying out there.
Warning, he ran back the one time. I don't know. It seems moderately harsh, but good turn.
Yeah, this is pre-microphones.
Yeah.
Pre-headsets. If we all had headsets at that point, that would have been easy to ask your partner to go down there.
He knows it, though.
He does. Well, we've got a couple things. We'll see if they stay consistent in the game. Patience, letting these players play and try and score, and controlling the coaches.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to get any contrast with the other team because their coaches are just sitting there on the bench.
So pull the ball out. Let him know yellow card. Off we go, right? Gotta pull that ball out.
You've got to.
Probably just better. And he certainly knows it.
Yeah. That way your partner knows.
Yeah.
And a coach is going to say they didn't see it if push comes to shove on a red card later. If you don't stop it.
Is that center again?
Yeah.
Ooh.
They're just making...
So
Eli's keeping it consistent too. He's not... He didn't call that initial push off. He
whistled the one.
He called the suit grab, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
it's almost anything short of a suit grab. We're gonna let you jostle.
Okay. And she also thrives on that physical, like that's the other thing too. Yeah, your defense might appear to be a little physical, but hey, offense, we're gonna allow you to go physical, and this blue team generally plays a pretty physical game. So you're right. He's definitely been consistent for sure. And a quarter one.
If we're going to talk about physicality, do you ever think about that in a game? If one team is very physical and another isn't, you have to adjust your style. Maybe you're not going to be as patient. Maybe you're going to not let the game be as physical.
Is that a release or is that a push-off?
Ah.
Two hands. Oh, and then I agree with you. I want to talk about that. We'll press pause here, see if we can find it. See, I look like it's a.
And we were talking about Eli's going to let them be physical on the other side, so they're used to it right now. They're coming back saying, "Hey, this is going to be a physical game. Let's go."
Yeah.
So if you call that a push off, that would be different than the tone of the game.
Good point. Good point. See, she loves that step out, which is why, like I said, you gotta just let them. That was the same step out she tried before.
Now they're in the deep end.
Yeah. So you were asking me a question. What were you asking me? About one team's physical.
Yeah, and if you know there's an imbalance in the physical nature of the play before the game starts, is that a game you're not gonna say, hey, let's let these guys play a little bit?
Yes. Yeah, kind of stinks though. And it's always probably a level thing too, right? Because, there's a difference between physicality and what could end up being brutality, right?
Yeah.
It is hard. You're right. You said it early in this episode here. Water polo is a game of... Ooh! Wonder who whistled that. No, we had to pull the ball back. What do you think of that exclusion there? I didn't even say that last night. Ahead of her.
I don't know that
Turn in.
I don't know that I'm too worried about it either way. It didn't look like it from the beginning that she wanted to go down there to score. She looked like she was just waiting for someone and she wanted to pass it to him.
Okay. Huh.
And you called a foul. Well, I don't know who called the foul.
It was me.
One of you called an ordinary, and that allowed her to make the pass she was wanting to make.
Sure. So much. It's so funny. Like when I watch these games, I always see more exclusions. Like always, she swam up her back.
Yeah.
She pulled from behind. She couldn't even play that. And it's like, And then you go with the, like, letting her finish there. Because that could have been one.
Uh-huh.
But she's moving away, right hand, so that is good patience. So you're right. I mean, as far as consistency goes.
Yeah, and the players are learning.
Yep.
Their level of physicality in this game. I think that's where coaches are always wanting consistency, even if they may not totally agree with the calls.
Yeah, so he whistles exclusion there. I remember this last night. That seemed out of the ordinary. I mean, from behind, but...
This stuff, they got it into
she goes inside.
a tight spot right there.
There's a left hand across the neck,
Yeah.
but yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be, to your point, that would seem something that seems out of the ordinary, out of the flow of the game, I guess. I mean, it's hard to not whistle that when you see the left hand come across him from our angle. You could see the left hand.
Yeah.
Certainly within the what's the rack or whatever, the range of acceptable calls, but I still kind of feel like, I don't know.
So too, every call that we've had a question on has been one that the camera angle is not very good.
Okay.
It's coming from the other side.
Sure.
I can remember sitting with a very good evaluator one time, and he's watching a play, and he says, well, I don't know about, from here it looked like this, but I'm sure it looked different down there, and it was probably a good call. And I thought, man, that's a cop-out. And now I'm watching more games, and I'm like, no, if I'm sitting up in the stands watching two of the better referees in the country referee, I can see stuff, and I'm, oh man, I'd call that better. Then once I get on the deck, I just can't see it the same. Part of the way the game is called is based on the referees and where they are and what their position is, and can you get them in a good spot? Do they have 3 poles in front of their face when they're trying to walk down the pool? Or they?
Sure.
It all goes to the fun part of the game. You can't control everything. There's home pool advantage. There's. I think good coaches know they can take advantage of certain things.
Yes, for sure. I think I zoomed in on this because I really like this. She reverse pivots or spins or whatever the phrase is. Like she's pushing, and then she spins on the left to maintain inside control. Right? That move right there. I just thought that was so good. I just thought it was just such good defense. I can't pick out a number on that, and I don't know that I'd remember back to 2016, but wow, what a great physical move, I guess. Yeah, back to your point about letting things maybe even escalate. That's always is a concern for me, is how things can potentially escalate out of control if you don't. And the other thing that I think is very interesting is, as you and I are watching this from the stands, if this game starts to get out of control, whose job is it to get control back?
Okay.
It's the two refs. Being a little... This is really tough here. Because he has to be out here to be watching them.
Yeah.
Could be down here. Always hard when the coaches are there. But it's also very hard sell when you're standing here and the ball maybe goes out of bounds after a pretty good block. It's a tough sell.
Yeah. It's tough. I was a goalie in high school. Sometimes I want to give the benefit of the doubt to the goalie. Yeah.
That's just something I would...
I mean, if the goalie makes a good block, maybe it's not 100% out. Yeah, I see your point there.
Do you not whistle this exclusion because she had enough time to do something? It's going to go slow motion probably, so it's going to... It's a pull, but... It's just... What do you think of that? Calls ordinary.
Yeah, I'm trying to watch it when she's letting go of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Breaking it down to super slow-mo, it almost looks like the crash is there at the point at which she lets go of the ball.
Yes.
And this was already her second chance, too.
Yes. What I'm wondering is as the backcourt ref on that one that we watched before where there were 4 players there. And there was that exclusion down there. Those two don't seem to match in my mind. Again, the one we saw left arm drape around the shoulder, which maybe it's overly physical. That was more just right hand, and her left hand was up. So
I know when I call an early exclusion, it's usually because I saw the exclusion before the ball even got there. I saw some sort of hold, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm calling that. And then it gets in there, I have a chance, and I'm calling it. I think that might have been what happened on that. On that first exclusion, that it was the hold was just there the whole time.
Okay.
I don't know if it was because I'm not on that side, but I know in my experience that's what I do. And then someone comes over to me and says, "Why do you call that so quick?" I'm like, yeah, good point. Could have called it before the ball went in.
Yeah. How's this format working for you? Good?
Yeah. It's great to have a square around stuff I'm supposed to look at.
That's got to be something. That's got to be something. It's penalty. Good turn. Gets her on the back. Right. Drops the ball right there.
Ooh, yeah.
That right there. Oh, my God. What are you doing? That's got to be a penalty. What else? So here's the question I would ask referee Chad as guy hanging out with my buddy Greg Chad. What else do you want the offense to do? Ball comes in. Girls on back. Turn. Go. Drop. Foul. Go. Drop. Foul. Come on, man.
You are consistently letting people play and requiring them to finish. So there's no... And maybe it's because it's the shallow end and you're thinking, she made that turn. She was probably standing on the bottom.
So this is going to be his exclusion again. I think... no, we don't get there. We'll watch this again.
That fan knows they're bad passes.
I think just listening to him, he knows the game pretty well. It seems out of the flow of the game.
Was that at 2 meters?
Yeah, and the ball was out. Ball was out here. Let's see if we can get it. How about right?
You need to draw more squares for me so
watch
I
it.
can follow this game.
Watch it one more time. Maybe I'll try the arrow. Ball.
Okay. See, you helped me.
But that's okay. But see, I'm pointing at the screen. You can't tell. She looked this way. She looked that way, and there was the exclusion was here. Let's see. Well, maybe making this hard to watch, but
a girl makes it look like something happened to her for sure, though. She
does, and she does get sunk. Again, there's no question that she got sunk. I guess what I would ask a good referee like Eli is that fit the flow of your game? Because you've let some physical stuff go. That's twice there's been exclusions down at that end from a backcourt referee. Because he whistles a very consistent game. Now he whistles an excellent game. I would just ask again there, like, does that fit the... And that's the other thing, too, about, like, a game like this, where you're not watching... of course you're watching 6 pairs, but you're not really have to watch 6 pairs, right? You're really watching Camille from Mason.
Yeah. And
they had another... I can't remember who it was. They had another really solid player. And then you've got 2 or 3 really solid players from Napoleon. There's an offensive there. Yeah, a little cursor out of the way here. So that was good. It was a great pullback. Let's go ahead and celebrate that. I would ask about consistency. Like, does that fit into the game you've been whistling? Is a good pullback and kind of a silly one because she pulls back to the opposite side of the ball.
Oh, yeah.
To really, his eyes are perfect there. I mean, he's looking right at it. That was a good call.
Yeah, at least her teammate could have thrown her the ball.
Actually, maybe, I don't know if I was.
She pulled back and they didn't even give her the ball. It's like they didn't know she was going for open water.
Yeah, off the bottom.
Was
show.
That an 8 or 9 meter shot in a shallow goal. That ain't gonna work.
That dog don't hunt.
That's the end of the quarter, I guess. Whatever. Keep going. Oh my.
Is that penalty now? Is that what you're thinking?
Oh, no, that's not what I was thinking at all.
Yeah.
Back to this.
Were you think? I mean, like 2020 rules, right?
I was thinking this girl can't shoot. She just grabbed it off a sprint. She can't shoot.
It wasn't
right?
intentionally played by two players. Bingo! Bonus call, Greg. Well done. Has to be intentionally played by two players. Oh, shoot. Okay. Well, let's watch one more time. That's good. We should chop this up. Again, it takes me a long time to cut these. It'd be like 4 hours to cut it and then do the audio.
It's really hard to call an exclusion because they didn't really take away your...
Was that played by White there?
Maybe?
Intentionally played by two players. Was that intentionally played by White?
They both kind of... I don't think she can shoot it.
Wow. I don't know that I knew that. You want to watch it again?
It's almost like if it's your free throw and you have great position and someone kind of moves you out of the way and no one else is there, is it an exclusion? This one, you could have NFL referees. We could stop the game for 45 minutes and look at the play and then call down to New York and ask them what they think. And
That's right.
we wouldn't miss any calls if we could do that. Look at 5 different angles. See what Troy Aikman thinks.
Good move through. Ball under. What do you think? I don't know how you call exclusion there. What do you think? She definitely made the move up top.
Let's see this again.
I think this is where we are.
I usually require a lot to call a ball under.
Ah, crap. That's the clean steal. My bad.
Yeah, this fan is great.
We need to get him on the state championship game. Color.
Oh, yeah.
So she makes the move inside here. Blue over aggressive, goes for the steal. Whoops. And then she does everything right. White does.
Trying to get my face is going. Yeah. I think an ordinary. Let her keep it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably another long. Yeah, I agree. Like, what did... Yeah, I know. Probably like ordinary there, too.
No harm. Yeah, just let her keep it. Was her hand on the ball when it went under? Did the person put... Yeah, it's just kind of a sloppy play overall.
My ball under call, I wouldn't call it inconsistent, but... Actually, I would. I would call it inconsistent. I just don't know that... I don't know that I understand that the rule's in there.
Mm-hmm. And that player didn't make that ball under easy on you. If the defender really put it under, could she just have held it under for a while for you? I mean, it
correct.
barely goes under and it pops right back up.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I like ordinary. Just give it back to her. Restore possession, right, as they say. Oh, this is a tee shot. This is so good.
Oh, the tee shot.
There's nothing there. I just wanted to celebrate the tee.
The tee shot. I was taught that in 7th grade. I remember that. Coach must have been so proud.
They are playing that drop now. There's no drop now. There was the...
Letting her play.
She got position. So they have that drop in there, right? Like you said.
They have been learning.
Yep. Hello? Hi, we're down here watching game. My mom.
Oh.
Me and Greg.
Hello.
Authentic, real world stuff here, Greg. What about that?
Ooh,
Offensive?
maybe.
Or did her hips just get sunk and she was in poor position and you're not going to save her? You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you heard the fan yell, right? Gotta help her.
Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those where when the defense gets, in this case, her gets her hips dropped. Am I saving the? I don't know. She probably had her by the suit though. That's why sometimes like, I've said this before. It's just if that were at a higher level, it's a push. It's a hold because that defender would not allow herself to get down there. You know what I mean? I think that's what's hard about reffing some of these is the difference in excellence of players is so great.
Oh, there it is. There's the pass.
Is that exclusion? Ordinary?
It's hard to see where their heads are.
Yeah. I'd like to point out that the coach is sitting on the bench.
Coach is sitting on the bench.
Could just be that he was done being amped up, but
Yeah, maybe he's tired.
those were long weekends.
Oh, moving the ball. There.
Sealed, good recovery at the center. Lefty.
I don't know.
Yeah, you want to watch that one?
When the ball comes in, she's not pushing.
Just locked.
But she pushed to get that space. Root, see? Root. Did she just step away or was that a push?
How much time do you give the defense to recover? So
More
you're
than
talking right. So nothing. That right there is what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if did she just do a good step away or did she make separation on the push? It's hard to tell from here.
I see what
I don't think she had enough time. If it was a push, I don't think she had enough time to recover.
Okay. Okay. Huh.
But the girl who, with the white cap, didn't do herself any favors and act like she got pushed. I mean,
Sure.
you're talking about higher level games. Yeah, that defender would, whether they got pushed or not, would act like they got pushed.
So there's a contra off the ball on blue. See the arrow right there. And then look at where the ball goes.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
I didn't really see a contra.
There. I think what concerns me is that's where the pass went right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pass is going to go to her.
Yeah.
Again, Eli, super easy to sit here at 3:40 on a random Monday, but it's the day before my birthday. Today is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonder if I have a present. My bag for you. How old are you going to be?
46.
46.
Yeah, it's great call.
Oh, there
How about
it is.
that? Forgot I put that on there. Great call.
We're in the day of emojis. That's for
Here we
sure.
are. A little transparent background, too.
So now even young kids could watch this and understand.
So, Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, that fan, he's correct.
She does a good step away, man. She's a good player.
Mm-hmm. Just sloppiness. But
I feel like I'm.
Go ahead.
I feel like I'm too far ahead sometimes. You know that thing I'm trying to work on. Oh, I remember this. I'm pointing at me here. Something. Listen to me. I'm going to brag about myself here because it's our damn show, man. So
yeah,
we'll make it happen. I don't like how aggressively I move up the pool on the turnover. I wish I would just either stop or take a step backwards here. So I start walking right now. Maybe I don't. Yeah, I get ahead of them.
Okay.
Not super proud of that. But I do get down, and I turn my back this way, and as soon as I know a shot's going to go, I start leaving. Watch this. So that was a bad move up the pool, followed by a good move back down the pool. Do you understand what I'm saying here?
Yeah.
So, admonishment, pat on the back, all in the same time.
If we're doing the archaeological dig on this, I just happen to know that back then Chad Packer was trying to work on getting down better.
Okay.
To help his partner.
Fair.
That's probably what you were...
Fair. Thank you.
I think you were trying to do that, and you probably saw someone in the backcourt. You're like, all right.
Sure.
They're going to pass it up. I need to get down there to help my buddy.
I think this is the thing about... Yeah. The thing about even these games, which I think ended up being 13-3, maybe 13-8. Ah, gosh, they pan in on the scoreboard at the very, very end. This push off. Watch, I signal here. Yeah. Because I remember thinking to myself, what did you call there? But signal. But I don't really know that it was a push off, but I know that's what I signaled. So okay. But even in these games, you can always be working on positioning, right? Hand gestures, signalization, right? Take a step back right here, Chad. Let the play get away from you a little bit. You can always be working on something in every single game.
Absolutely.
I think that's what I might say to good turn. What is that?
Yeah, when I started refereeing...
Is that something?
I don't know.
Sorry.
So when I started refereeing, I remember one of the guys who was mentoring me, that's what he told me, the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
You can always be working on something. Positioning, just like you said.
Yeah, or something. I don't... Yeah.
Go back to Jeff Davis, early 2000.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Our first subscriber.
Yeah.
Good turn. Ball up, hand on wrist. What do you think about that? See it live here and
consistently making people finish.
Sure. Gosh, it's all over. I think that's a penalty.
They call penalty for sure.
I got let's say excoriated. That's a bit of a strong word, and I don't even know what excoriated means. But there was a coach at a tournament I refed, collegiate, and she made that turn, and the goalie swiped the ball right out of her hand, and I just let it go because she turned the ball into the goalie, and he was yelling, "It's a foul of position. Foul of position." My girl made an excellent turn. It's a foul of position, and still to this day, I think I called it right, but man, she caught the ball and 180 turned her, boom. And it's one of those deals where it's like, that was such a good water polo move. I probably, as a referee, need to, reward that,
Maybe.
She turns her, ball comes in correctly. She uses her momentum to get her on her back. I want to see defense now. In 2016, I was, okay, offense, show me the foul. In 2020, I'm okay, defense, show me hands up.
Yeah.
You are now in crappy position. You cannot continue to have your hands down right there.
Yeah.
Right? Like this left hand's draped on her shoulder.
Yeah. And you slow-mode the snot out of that thing. That happened really fast. That happened really fast.
So I don't know. I'm disappointed. I think that's probably a penalty.
Yeah. I think all these things, though, about position, good play or bad play, I think some people might take it too far.
Okay.
I think it's meant to guide how we make a call.
Okay. Fair.
Not override how you make a call. So you were talking about someone making a turn and the goalie taking it out of their hands, and they're like, oh, they made a good move. They had better position. Well, that's all true. If they would have let go of the ball, I would have used that to guide my penalty call I just made. But it's not the call.
Interesting.
There's a rule for that. If you're holding the ball, it's not a foul.
I think what I need to probably get a little better at is, I wouldn't call them check boxes. I agree with your word, guide. As soon as she turns inside, boom. 1, ball off or hand off the ball. 2, defender on 3. 1, 2, 3, boom, penalty. I was probably a little slow on that. Yeah, we always joke, like, sometimes a referee who's new has just got amazing patience because he doesn't know what to call. Or he's too slow on the whistle, and then the goalie gets the ball, and you're like, "Wow, you let him play." And it's like, well, I think penalty there. I do think penalty there. The other thing that's always a challenge when you get late in these games is blue is winning.
Yeah.
Are you gonna whistle that penalty there? Well, yeah, because it's a penalty, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, they got to learn. It's only the second week of the season. Yeah, of course. It's only the second week of the season. Call the damn penalty, Chad.
Yeah, I know you were talking about referees. Sometimes it looks like they made a good call, but you don't know if or a good no call. You don't know if they're being patient or if they just missed the call or couldn't make the call.
Yeah.
My dad's been telling me that recently, not about water polo refereeing, but he knows stuff about stocks. Say, Greg, don't think that you're a financial genius. Everybody's making money right now. Stock market's just going up.
Thanks, Dad. Don't think your swimming's gotten any faster. You just got a more expensive suit on. Yeah, okay. Thanks, Dad. Again, not us. I was laughing about this.
Shoot it.
I was laughing about this last night, and Maddie wanted to know why. She is fouled outside 5. Ball goes inside. He doesn't point though, but you can see I'm even confused. She's gonna whistle, and then she's gonna shoot it from like 4 points.
Oh, did you see her pull? That's interference right there, right?
Was it?
Oh, why not? We would now.
Okay.
But you can't, now that, in USA water polo, you can't take the ball back to the point of the foul. You got to take it where it is. So
Sure.
if someone moves the ball inside the 6 now, but 5 then, 4 then.
And it's NFHS too, yeah.
But look, I think she does. She very cleverly does it, though. Foul. I'm not moving the ball. I didn't do anything. I didn't move it way inside.
That's great. Watch, I go this way, and then he kind of holds out his hand like, what? That's a good one. If it's in the last minute, that could be penalty. If it's in the last minute,
I definitely
right?
call him exclusion on that.
Huh?
That's probably the person you didn't call the penalty for, and you're like, I can't.
What was it? You had oh shoot! What did you say? Purposeful or how? I think it might have been your line. Purposeful or accidental, or because like you said, she cleverly. You are. You see that at the men's or women's NCAA level, probably even the club level. You're like, yeah, you did that. This one, I don't know. It's tough, but it happened. That's the point. The point is not was it purposeful. The point was that it happened. So
yeah.
So
yeah, this probably isn't the game where everybody's doing everything on purpose.
Sure. Which again, it's an interesting mindset. Ref and men's masters, women, not men's masters, just masters in general. You're always, yeah, that was like your mindset is, yeah, you did that on purpose. Mm-hmm. Whereas some of these games are really challenging to referee because At this point, I think you can't see it, but because I remember cutting this part, they did that wholesale sub thing. So now these guys that are playing are not their starters. So even more, I would even call this JV. So, boom, killed her. How much time we got here? Probably got another 30 seconds.
That was a great signal you did.
Yeah, my signalization's gotten worse. It was good for a while. I don't even know what I'm doing there. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit Joe casual. That's that. I wish I was a little more. I don't know.
Well, they're being casual.
Yeah, I don't know. It's easy to. That's why I wanted to start with this one, so I could be a little hard on myself.
It's a fine game to start on.
Yeah.
Ooh, patience.
Go block, goalie. Get you some.
That's where it made you look like a genius right there. She gathered herself, got it, turned around, got her shot.
There it is. 13-4.
13-4.
There you go. Well, that was good.
That was good.
How'd we do?
That was fabulous.
Yes.
We can ref a game after the fact really well.
We sure can.